He's one of the industry's most respected executive recruiters. He's the founder and CEO of the DEDIC Group and the host of DEDIC TV, Jason DEDIC.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason DEDIC and you're listening to DEDIC TV. To kick off DEDIC TV, I've decided to make a few episodes on topics and questions that I get on a regular basis. Being that I am the founder and CEO of an executive search firm, one of the topics that I really want to discuss is the importance of understanding corporate culture. Above all else, the most important task to be done while executing an executive search is to evaluate a candidate's cultural competencies to the corporate culture of the client company. The reason is actually really simple. If an executive doesn't possess the technical or operational expertise to run the business that they're tasked with, it'll be found out rather quickly. This most likely will result in a loss of revenue and a poorly run business. However, a poor cultural fit takes much longer to identify, and the damage can be catastrophic, much greater than just a decreased revenue generation. Not having the ability to assimilate can leave a group or division not only on the brink of destruction, but turn other employees against each other and not working in the same direction as the strategy of the company as a whole. The ramifications of a poor cultural fit go much deeper than just poor leadership. There are many great leaders out there that don't possess the correct cultural competencies to run any company out there. Let's take a look at the most prevalent scenario that we see in our industry. The recruitment of utility executives to the engineering or construction side of the business. Now, we know there have been some amazing success stories of utility executives joining engineering firms, but the statistics are overwhelmingly against it. Now, why is this? Why do certain cultural competencies excel in different environments? In this scenario, it's a sense of urgency. Utilities are very slow to act. Utilities do not like movers and shakers or wave makers. They have a certain way of doing business, and the environment is highly political. You often see somebody start off at the bottom of a utility and retire at the same place after 30 years. This is very rare in the engineering world. The engineering business is highly competitive in a very, very fast-paced environment. An executive's career within an engineering or a construction firm is typically 3 to 5 years before they leave for another role. Due to the major difference in culture, utility executives tend to either underperform or become overwhelmed with the fast pace of business when leaving for an engineering firm. Engineering executives, on the other hand, tend to get bogged down or uninterested rather quickly if they leave for a utility. The effects are greater the longer the executive has been in the previous role. So how do you set yourself up for success? How do you evaluate a candidate to make sure that they're going to be a strong cultural fit? First, you need to fully understand your corporate culture. You need to understand the way the group or division this person will be in is being run, how this person's manager manages people. Once you have done a full internal evaluation of the corporate culture, you can then evaluate your findings to the candidate's cultural competencies. I go over this process step by step in my episode, Our Recruiting Process. And it's a process we execute on every search that we take on. Jack Welch, the chairman and CEO of General Electric between 1981 and 2001, wrote one of the best business books I've ever read, and it was titled Winning. In the book, Welch extensively discusses the importance of refining an organization's corporate culture and the importance of everyone from the janitor to the C-suite being on board. Instilling a strong and successful corporate culture can only work if the entire company believes in the idea. Now that's where great leadership comes in. In the book, Welch discusses his belief on candor by stating a lack of candor is the biggest dirty secret in business, and a lack of candor blocks smart ideas, fast action, and good people contributing all the stuff they've got. Welch's strong views on candor, as well as differentiation, were the foundations for the overhaul of the corporate culture of GE in the 1980s. If you haven't read this book, I would highly suggest picking it up, at least to read his thoughts on differentiation and separating employees into 3 categories, 20, 70, and 10. It's pretty amazing. Thanks for listening to another episode of DEDIC TV. For more episodes, please visit our website, DEDIC.TV.